is going to be the video on muzzle training. I have Desmond here. I think this muzzle is going to be a size small for him. It doesn't matter, all muzzle training would be the same, but this just won't properly fit him. So first, what I start out with, these straps, I push them back. So the dog doesn't have the straps in their face and they get used to just putting their muzzle in the basket. So, does he? I'm gonna bring Desmond off, give him some food for that. What I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna put the muzzle right in my hand just like this. He's trying to grab the cheese. And I'm going to put it, drop a piece of cheese right in that bottom part of the muzzle. So the muzzle is like this, where it slopes up. That's right in that large slit right there, that bottom part. And I'm just gonna put it down. You gotta stand up, buddy, come here. So I'm gonna put it down. I'm gonna let him sniff, eat it right out of the muzzle. This actually might fit him pretty well. And I'm just gonna do that. And this is all I'm gonna be doing for a little while until he gets used to putting his nose in the muzzle. You put your nose in, you get cheese. Better view. That's all I'm going to be doing at first. I'll speed this process up just a little bit so you don't have to see tons of it. But once they get used to that, I'll start going, nose in? Yes. So there wasn't cheese in that time. Nose in? Yes. Nose in? Yes. Nose in? Not that door. Nose in? Yes. And I'm gonna start getting him used to putting his nose in it on command. And then we're just gonna mix it in. Nose in, drop some cheese in the muzzle. We get him used to being in there. Once they're getting used to it, that's when we pull out the straps and they go back to normal. Normally, this will take about a couple of days for them to get used to, but because this is going to be a video, I'm gonna pull it out earlier. Now, it takes them a while to get conditioned towards a muzzle. It's not something they like on their face, it's something that they have to get used to. But it's not something they particularly like. It gets kind of obnoxious. It's like if you had something on your face, like during COVID when we had to wear masks. Similar process. Except we didn't get cheese for it. So with this, once he's used to that, I'm gonna start breaking a couple pieces up, putting that strap around the back of his head. You can see he pulled out right away as soon as he felt that. That's going to be one of the biggest parts to get used to. Nose in? Yes. Nose in? Yes. Nose in? Yeah, he pulled out right away there. Nose in? Nose in? Yes. I'm gonna try and get this one over his ear. Nose in? Yes. And now that I'm doing that, I can start to get a glimpse of what his fit is gonna look like. So I'm gonna tighten this middle strap a good amount because it looked pretty loose on his head. Bring this down. This back part will tighten just a little bit. Proper fit to the muzzles is snug in the back of the head, and then this should just sit between their eyes nicely. Normally with this strap you want to put a collar into it because with the collar it will help keep the muzzle down like this and it's not going to push up and rub against the top of their nose. However, if this strap is too long it will cause that, but if it's just right it will help secure the muzzle on their face. Now I think I'm out of food. I'm out of food, but those are the next steps. Then you put their nose in. The next steps would be clamping it on the side, fitting the muzzle properly. As you can see, I have it on Desmond because he's my dog. He trusts me a lot. don't worry, I will give him food in a little bit. He's like, Dad, get this off my face. Yes, good job, buddy. I will. All right, now that I have more food, Desmond, up. We're gonna get right back into it. So I got a good strand of cheese. I'll break this up. Now that I had it on his head, we're gonna start adjusting the fit. Put this down, put it around, clip it, pull his ear through, and this is where you can start finding the fit. While you're doing this, I may try and paw it off like Desmond just did, you can still feed them cheese. This is the last step to getting them used to being on this, is feeding them cheese when the muzzle is on. Yes, good boy. I know you just want the entire thing. So once you are able to start clipping the muzzle, you start paying them when the muzzle's on their head. Nose in. Yes. So I paid once it was in. He didn't get it as soon as he went in. Yes. And then over time, you pay him more and more, less frequent as he has it on. Now when you're at home, you pair the muzzle with good stuff. His breakfast, their dinner, you pair it with good stuff. So when they have their muzzle on, good things happen. They can still chew. No hide chews in it. It'll be a little bit harder. You can smear peanut butter in the muzzle. Each dog is different with how they tolerate these things. But over time, the more they do it, the more they'll get used to it. And it will just become a second part of their life. Like Desmond has never had a muzzle on before. He's had a gentle eater, but he's never had a muzzle like this. And he's doing phenomenally well for the first time having a muzzle on. And that 5-minute video I just had, and this 2 minutes back, it's the first time he's ever had a muzzle on. I know I gotta adjust this just a little bit. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to adjust this a little bit while it's on him. I'm gonna tighten that back part up. Yes. Good job, Desi. Good work. Good, and you can take a side view of the fit of his muzzle right there. And I'll have him face the camera now. Does he? You can see he went to paw it off. Can you sit? Well, that wasn't him facing it. Good job. I'll have him in. So you can see it's on his head. It's riding up a little bit high. That's because the collar's not here, pulling it down. So it's kind of rubbing on the top of his nose there. But you can see he has enough room. He can open his mouth. He could pant if he needed to. And if that collar piece was there, it would be sitting nice and fine. He doesn't mind it too much. He's doing really well with it. I'm just gonna keep paying while it's on and keep it short sessions while you do it. And then gradually increase. One long piece. Let's figure it out. Hold on, tilt up. Tilt up. Good. So what I could do with this is I could relieve a little bit of that pressure here. So I'm going to readjust this because this just got screwed up. A little bit of lead right there. Make it looser so it falls down on his muzzle. I had that collar piece where it was pulling down. Have it nice and fit. Might have the cheese already. I guess I am. Well, we're out of cheese again. But that is how to fit a muzzle.